Alright, let's start recording this. Yeah. Alright. Hello people. Oh god. Oh god, it's alright. Damon Hangover. I'm still Marshall and I'm still a big dumb DC nerd. So no. Today's actually March 9th, 2017. It's the day before PAX. So we're it's very busy on our end, but Injustice stuff. But I mean, Injustice 2 Shattered Alliances Part 2 came out today, and I'm super stoked. I watched it earlier. I did like a once over just so I was prepared for this recording. So yeah, we're gonna break some stuff down. Dr. Fate reveal came out last week. I didn't talk about it because it came out like last Wednesday or Thursday, Monday or Tuesday. I'm ready to record because I was so busy, and then I realized, they're probably gonna do another thing Wednesday, Thursday. So I waited for this. This is the thing. So I'll talk more about Dr. Fate as we watch this. But guess what? Yeah, children, maybe we should watch this.
Superman's behind bars.
All right. So we're getting deep. I mean, I'll stop at a future point. Don't worry.
He couldn't see his good intentions were leading him down a path
We've seen
of
this
tyranny
before. Well, we've seen the Superman the Cell
and
before.
evil. That's how our greatest hero became our greatest threat.
So we sort of see. I'm going to turn the volume down on my end a little bit. So we kind of see how Bruce Wayne is handling the publicity of Superman down. He not coming back. Also, I want to know: does the public know he's in his cell? Is this public knowledge, or is Bruce Wayne, or I'll say, are people keeping this a secret? Do people think Superman dead? Do think he's off world? Like what's going on? I want to say that Bruce is probably keeping him a secret from the public of the civilians, and just saying he's been dealt with. Where really he's being locked in a cell where he could break out at any moment. 5 shadowing. DC. Don't be games. NetherRealms Studios. We've seen it before. So yeah, this is Shadow.
Consider widening your circle of trust.
So we see Lucius Fox in the back. I'm also pretty sure that is the voice of Phil Lamar, who is also the voice of Aquaman. I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm a big dumb nerd. All right, let's get
trust.
Now here's a shot. Here's a shot of shots right here. All right. So we see, and I didn't even think about this because I haven't gone in depth about Black Canary at all, essentially, and we haven't seen Oliver Queen until now. So fun fact: Green Arrow will be back. Will be back for this game. But here's the interesting thing: these two do not exist in the Injustice universe as of right now. So, fun fact: Dr. Fate actually constructed a bit of this. So, Ollie was one of the very first prolific people to die. He's Nightwing did die. R.I.P. Dick. But Green Arrow was one, but he was sort of an accident by Damian. Oliver was sort of one of the big casualties of the I was about to say the Insheen. The insurgency versus the regime. So he broke into the Fortress of Solitude, where Superman was hiding, where Mom, Pa, Kent were hiding out to get something for the insurgency. He managed to get it out, and then Clark decided to tear it to shreds. Essentially, he beat. I have to refresh on. I have to read through the Injustice. I think this was year 2 or year 3. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was. I want to say year 2, either year 2, the end of year 1. Oliver died, and it was. I forget if he threatened. I think he threatened either Ma or Pa Kent, and that's what sent Clark over the edge. So Ollie died. He left a pregnant Dinah to live on, essentially. She gave birth to Connor Queen, their son. She went into battle. She died. And fun fact, this is one of Dr. Fate's big moments, is that Dr. Fate shows up, revives Dinah, and takes her to a completely different universe. Fun fact, DC. We got the multiverses going on. So he takes Dinah to a universe where that universe's Dinah is dead, or Black Canary. She is dead and left Oliver as the widow. And he sort of teleports her and Connor into this log cabin where they see a version of Oliver. And he's like, he looks at Oliver and Dinah and says, You may not. He said something along the lines of, "You may not know each other, but I know deep in their hearts that you care about one another." And he sort of addressed the fact that they are from different universes, but they are essentially the same people, and giving them a second /third chance of being a family. And one of the big quotes I remember, Diana's like, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, I've played by the rules, like I've abided by fate's laws all of my life. This time I break fate," or something along those lines. So it's one of his big moments in the Injustice prequel comic. So again, super long, but yeah, interested to see how will Canary, how will Oliver play into this scenario. I would assume they have to come from different universes. Also, I couldn't pin it earlier, but Bruce Wayne looks so much like fucking Vito Scaletta from Mafia 2. I saw this earlier when I was watching it personally. I was like, that face looks familiar, but not in the familiar Bruce Wayne way. The feeling of like, this looks like something I've seen. All right, let's continue.
Nobody wins all by themselves.
No one's all by themselves. Fun fact: Batman has tried this multiple times and succeeded and failed multiple times. So I think Lucius is kind of referring to the train of thought. He's referring to Batman post Injustice, sort of, I guess, being again the solo crusader. Dick is dead. Essentially, Damian left him. So is he fighting for truth and justice all by himself? Most likely, probably, without relying at least too much on friends. Also, in the background, we definitely see that is Flash. Is that Hal Jordan? We're gonna see him again.
Not even you. We need help, don't
And hey, I said in a second, literally, there's Flash.
we?
This is the first time we've seen a Flash, actually. I'm gonna scrub back a little bit. Whatever. This is the first time we've seen Barry. The initial revealed announcement trailer for the entire game that came out last year. It was E3 last year around that time, so summer of 2016. We haven't seen Barry since. Fun fact: here's Barry. So interesting.
Not his.
So let me go back so I can look at the dialogue.
We need help, don't we?
We need help, don't we?
Not his.
Not his. And this falls, and who shows up? Well, we saw when we paused earlier. But yes, Green Lantern in a very odd-looking, slightly mechanized suit. Like them like alien-looking shoulder pads got me on edge personally. But yeah, so if you didn't play the first Injustice game, both Green Lantern and Flash were members of the regime, actually, and actually Hal became a Yellow Lantern in the process. In the whole prequels, there was even before that, Hal became a member of the Sinestro Corps. And there was actually a war. No, I think maybe during the war against the Green Lanterns, he became a Yellow Lantern. But something along those lines.
Not that guy anymore.
He says, "I'm not that guy anymore."
Look, I get why you don't trust me.
Oh, my computer's glitching. That's a visual glitch. Hopefully, it doesn't come out on the production end.
I get why you don't trust me. But you should trust the Guardians. This ring means something. They put me through hell to get it back.
So yeah, so Hal worked to get his ring back. So let's go back. Let's see a bit of that little imagery.
Something.
So we see this is definitely Atrocitus, and we see him get knocked away a few seconds later. But he's doing something with Hal. I think he's trying to influence him to become a Red Lantern rather than trying to become a Green Lantern yet again.
Put me through hell to get
And sort of how, again, succeeding, we know that it becomes Green Lantern again. Fun fact, because we're looking at it.
Don't worry, Bats. With this crew on the job, what could go wrong?
One, never say what could possibly go wrong. I'm just saying. Two, and we sort of saw this in the story trailer, the first sort of trailer we broke down of Batman sort of turning a blind eye to Harley Quinn's shenanigans. And so we do know that the fact that they are either in cahoots and working together, or they will be forced or are going to work together.
What comes next?
And here we got your boy Fate. So before we progress any further, there was a whole Dr. Fate reveal. Again, I was super late to it, and I was like, there's going to be something that comes out this week. I'll wait till this thing drops. This week's thing drops, which is, hey, this is Thursday. This will probably be up Friday. It'll probably be the first day of PAX East, because I've got to edit this for the extra hour I'm going to be up, which is not very long for me. So very quickly, skimming over Dr. Fate he wasn't in the first game, but he was in the prequel comics. When Batman was heavily injured in year 2, Zatanna brought him to the Tower of Fate, which is sort of outside space and time, and so he can recuperate and be away from Superman without being tracked. In year 3, someone shows up at the door. Fun fact: year 3 is sort of the mystic year of the prequel comics, and Fate's like, I sent someone. They're like, someone's here. And he sounds like, who? It's like, there's only one person who knows where this place is. And then we see John Constantine pop. He's like, hey, I'm Constantine. I smoke, I swear sometimes. And that's essentially he shows up in year 4. I think essentially when the war essentially kicks back. I think year 3 was very much on the sort of planning side. Year 4 was, again, reigniting the flames of war, and Dr. Fate sort of stood outside. Especially, this is post reviving Dinah and Black Canary and taking her to a different universe. So yes, that was the thing, and I think after that he sort of like took a back seat and it's like, you guys do your own thing.
Cannot stop.
We both knew it'd come to this.
Fate will not spare you.
Yeah, I mean, we see the battle. We talked about this last trailer. We talked about the battle dialogue that happens before a fight. I got hiccups. God damn it. So live free. This is Dr. Fate's ultimate attack. Or die fighting. Oh, so some may not understand this. That's the motto, New Hampshire. Live for or die. As someone who lives and works in Boston and knows people from New Hampshire, I see this license plate quite frequently. So when I saw this, I was like, that also seems very. Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, we see Robin's ultimate screen. Stop being a big dumb butt.
All day I've been reminded how I failed to be a hero.
Okay. One.
I failed to be a hero.
Okay. We're gonna be a better shot up here. But yes, we see Reverse Flash. And so yes, Barry's like, you ain't gotta fucking tell me. I was part of the regime. I was a bad guy. I will say though, when Barry was part of the regime, he was still a good guy. So when, fun fact, in year 4, when Alfred dies, and Damian as Nightwing hunts down Zaz, who killed Alfred, Bruce comes because he's equally as pissed at Zaz. Superman shows up. They fight. He gets worn out as more of the regime show up. And as Superman's like, all right, this ends here, Barry whisks Bruce away. So Barry, and even during the game himself, Barry's constantly questioning the regime's motives. And we saw in year 4 where that stemmed from. And he officially broke off, I think towards Act 3 of the game. After Superman literally lobotomizes Shazam / Billy Batson. Flash is like, bitch, we not the good guys no more. And he gets the hell out of there. So we see Reverse. I'm interested to see if this is just a little quick thing, or will Reverse Flash play a role in Brainiac's plot.
How many more innocent people die before you accept that some lives need to be taken?
So yeah, Superman saying, essentially probably to Batman, how many lives need to be taken before you realize that we should be killing bad guys? And we sort of see I'm gonna call this the Gorilla City Army only because it has Grodd's symbol in the back. So we get our first look at Bane in the game. We've seen him in a cinematic. We've seen Ivy. We've seen Grodd. We've seen Cheetah. We've seen, I'm gonna say that's Captain Cold, based on that tech, based on the fact that Grodd is one of Flash's villains. Usually, he like interferes with the rogues. I kind of want to say it's gonna be Captain Cold. I think I'm doing it at 10. I'm doing it at 720. Ooh, if I bump up to 1080, can I get a bit? Okay, that's I should have done 1080 from the start. My bad. All right, I'm gonna say it's definitely Leonard Snart. That's gonna be Captain Cold. It's interesting. We're gonna see Snart in this. But again, going back to Bane, this is Bane in the game, and goddamn it, I keep clicking and unpausing. Cool. So we see he's got a much of a more slick suit to him. Bane's usually like, he has his suit that allows him to that pumps venom into his system. Then he's usually got the mask and he's something else. So this looks weird. So he's got this like high tech like torso armor and gauntlets, As you can see, sort of like it's got this venom inlay to it. Then he's got some raggedy ass pants on. You know, Bane, you do you. You don't know where I live, so I'm not in danger yet. And so we definitely see the army of Gorilla City.
The regime is making a comeback.
Okay, hopefully that doesn't show up in the post, but that was a horrible glitch where Cyborg just had no fucking nose, and my screen turned different colors for a moment. So Cyborg literally says, "The regime is back, bitch."
Regime is making a comeback.
Not while I'm wearing this ring.
Not while I'm wearing this ring. So definitely, Hal will be on the side of the insurgency. We also see what looks like to be Hal's alternate move. We're going to assume based on the cinematics. So we see again. This is our first gameplay of Oliver. It either looks like the intro to his ultimate or a cinematic. So we see. Let's see if I can identify what just happened. So there is some sort of tank. Okay, so I'm going to assume that is Oliver shooting an arrow. It looks like it's a jump cut, so it's hard to tell. But that is something happening. So we see Robin and Batman. Friends till the end. Okay, so we see the theater where, fun fact, this is the theater near Crime Alley, where Bruce Wayne's parents were shot and killed. So in the previous trailer, we saw Cyborg shoot down Bruce, or at least shoot at Bruce, and Bruce landed in this area. So this is maybe post dealing with Cyborg or scaring him off or whatever.
This is my fight, Bruce. You need me.
So interesting line from Clark is, "This is my fight, Bruce. You need me." What is he referring to? Again, this is going to be Brainiac's stirring shit up in this pot. He's playing all of the cards and trying to get this war back to where it was.
You need me.
So we see, again, another look at Bane. I mean, not looking bad. Besides them pants, Bane still looks good. I do like the design. Again, looking at Hal's weird shoulder pads, pauldrons, just, I don't know. See more gameplay? Okay, we definitely see what looks like Oliver's ultimate. So we see him shoot an explosive arrow, or a mine, then use his bow to sling the person onto the mine arrow.
Knew it would end this way.
And with Clark saying, "We both know this would end this way." So yeah, that is all of Shattered Alliances Part 2. I'm assuming it's going to be Part 1, Part 2. We're done. Maybe we get a Part 3. I'm just saying. I'm also wondering at this point, are we going to keep seeing Injustice stuff every week? Because we are currently at the beginning of March. This game comes out in May, so we have 2 months. So about 2 months in a week, I'd say. Or we'll say 2 months, because it's May 9th right now. This will probably go up May 10th. Fun fact. So I'm interested to see, will we keep getting stuff every week? Are we going to get 8 more things to break down or just oogle at on this channel? And then yes, we know we can pre-order Darkseid. You keep telling us that. We have not forgotten that we can do that. I'll put a link to the Dr. Fate trailer that I didn't break down in the description. It shows his powers. If you want like a history of Dr. Fate, think Doctor Strange, just different magic. The Helmet of Fate sort of gives him the magic capabilities of being Dr. Fate, and so when a person stops being Dr. Fate, and usually when they die, they pass down the helmet. The helmet kind of pseudily chooses a successor a little bit, but he has magical powers. He uses glyphs. The Ankh, like the Egyptian Ankh, is sort of like his symbol. That's what he's down with. But other than that, yeah, this is another Injustice trailer. Right? So you just pre-order. What if I don't want to? Oh no! All right. So I clicked the annotation for the next video. No, we've looked at this. All right, cool. Hey, you watched this video to the end. You are a wonderful human being. If you like the stupid crap we do, you can always subscribe. You can always follow us on Twitch. We stream at least 3 times a week. Not for PAX Week because but usually, yes. I'll link to our Facebook. That's our main social media. I might revive the Twitter account that has been dead for a few years. We shall see about that. You guys are wonderful. But bye. I will see you at a later date and time.